Hey guys, so OFD checking in here, doing a little video from my office. I just I was wearing my Mako USA today, and I realized that I've had the watch for about a year now, and I love it. Every time I put the watch on, I fall in love all over again with the design, kind of everything Orient did with this watch when they put it together, and it would be this one here. This was the first one I got. I got this watch around February of 2016 last year, and as a matter of fact, if you guys watch my channel, you don't need to go back and see it, but my very first video I ever did for the OFD channel was about this watch here. And yeah, so today I was wearing this watch around and just having a lot of fun with it. I took a couple pictures of this and this black one here for my Instagram account and my Facebook account, and I realized that I'd never really done a real review on this watch besides from the front of the cab of my truck and stuff like that. And so I know these are not available anymore, the version 1 anyways, and from what I understand, they were made in pretty limited editions. I've heard as few as like 2,000 of all the different colors, which would mean there's like 600 and something of each color variant of these version 1s out there. I can't confirm that. I don't really know if that's true or not. But anyways, this is a really cool watch, these USAs, for a number of reasons, but I think the biggest reason is that they were such a transitional piece in what Orient has done moving forward in the future and stuff like that. These are actually running a sapphire crystal. Now, it does not have AR coating, which is pretty obvious. As I moved around here, it's really easy to see that, it picks up reflections everywhere. But it was a sapphire crystal, which they have now started using on the Mako USA 2 version. This also has a 120 click bezel, which is something they've changed and moved over to all of their new watches. They are now, instead of being a 60 click bezel, which the original Makos and the Rays were 60 clicks, they're now all 120 click. And also what this one brought to the table was the drilled lugs, which I think is a really kind of a neat, a neat option. Now, of course, this being a Generation 1, this is running the earlier 46943 movement in it, which is a non-hacking and non-hand windable movement, and it does also require this second pusher at the 2 o'clock position. Now, being a fan of Orients and having been a fan of them for a number of years, I kind of like the second pusher. I think it adds a little bit to it. My Mako 2, which I also have in my collection, does not have that, and I don't miss it on that watch. But I do like the crowns on these older models. They had a bigger, more user-friendly crown on these older models that I wish they would have moved this crown and put it on the new versions, the version 2s of the Rays, the Mako USA, and also the Mako, the newer Mako 2s with the the newer hacking and hand winding movement. So anyways, yeah, guys, I just wanted to kind of take a minute and look at this watch again. It's been almost a year that I've had it. As you guys can see, it's in really good shape. I have quite a collection of watches, and so it doesn't get worn very often. It's got a couple of nicks here and there. It got dinged up. Actually, my cousin Chris Marshall did a review of this watch at one point about, oh boy, probably 9-10 months back. And just really enjoyed it. So, it's your typical Orient case, 41.5 millimeters from side to side. It's 13 millimeters thick. But, it wears really well. It's a great sized watch. These are very popular watches out there. They did make these variations, the version 1s, in the same as they do now. You have the white dial version, you have the black dial version, and they also make the blue Sunburst dial version out there. So yeah, kind of retro for the channel, going back and talking about a watch that I've had for a year. And, it's the first watch I ever talked about on the channel. So like I said, guys, it's kind of a sentimental piece to me. This white dial version, I fell in love immediately with it when I first saw it, and still love it as much today. The black dial version here, I'm going to talk about it for just a second, but actually recently I did some horse trading with a friend, and actually this was Chris Marshall's watch. I'll just tell you right up. Did some horse trading with him for some other types of collectibles that we're both into, and part of the trade that we did, the barter, as I like to call it, included this watch, and it was just a watch that I wanted to. I don't know why I'm having such a problem with focus here. My camera is just doing whatever it wants to do. So anyways, yeah, I just kind of wanted the black version in my collection. And I think eventually down the road, being as obsessive I am about these Mako USA version 1s, I'm probably going to want to add the blue one down the road when I can find one at a good deal. This one did not have the bracelet, and that's one of the things I also forgot to mention with the white one is the bracelet that these came on the USAs, and they still continue. It also had solid end links, which they do not do on the standard Mako and the Ray versions. They have the hollow folded end links. But the USA models have the solid end links, which is something they're still doing today. So I do have one bracelet that I can switch between these watches. The one, my white one here, came on a very nice factory bracelet. So if I want to switch them around, I can. I tend to be a NATO guy, as you guys know it. So yeah, I got them on these NATO straps. But anyways, guys, I just want to take a minute and talk about two of my favorite watches from the collection. If you guys know any more about what I'm really interested in, how many of these are out there. If you guys know anything more about how many of these are out there, you know, how many were made and stuff like that, just let me know. And I will go ahead and at the very end of this video, because it's a great shot, I will stick some lume shot of these two watches because they glow like crazy, and kind of like the Orient Ray has a really great lume on it. These Mako USAs also have a really good lume on them. So guys, thank you if you tuned in tonight. Thanks for watching this little short video on these Mako USAs. And if you can't find one of these older versions, which most people like the hacking and hand winding version, I know that there's a number of sites carrying the new version, the version 2 with the hacking and hand winding movement in it, and those can be had at a really good deal nowadays. So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and stick around. I'm going to stick that lume shot in here at the very end. Thanks, guys.